everyone, welcome back to Acres of Clay. Today we've got a lot going on with the barn remodel, getting ready for robots. I'm going to show you what everybody's up to. If you're new to my channel, I'm Rhonda. My family and I, we have a dairy farm here in West Michigan, and we do all kinds of videos about farming and homesteading. So we ask you that you consider subscribing. Just all you have to do is push the subscribe button below, and YouTube will make it easier for you to find my latest videos. Our son Ethan is doing some digging for drainage. We got Mackenzie here working on putting up boards because we're gonna put steel up this week, and her dog Daisy. So Daisy, her dog, is very explorative, and she was exploring just a little bit ago and found herself a skunk. So we just gave Daisy a bath. We had to figure out what to use that would best be to get skunk smell out of a dog, and we had to look that up. I ended up mixing like a quart of hydrogen peroxide with a couple tablespoons of Dawn dish soap and some baking soda, and then we scrubbed that in her coat. And if you guys have a good recipe that works, we thought about using tomato juice, but Mackenzie found this recipe, so we gave that a try. Kevin and Sanders, we got mud right there. Can't feel that.
Oh, I know.
Big old chunk.
You know what?
What?
That was my mud bath. And
Yeah.
you just took it away.
You always got a mud bath. Sanders and Kevin are working on, this is where the robot station where the cows will actually go in. This is where this is. And what are you working on?
Well, we're working at pouring the outside slab of cement.
You're working at pouring it?
Pouring it, yeah. We're gonna.
No.
No, we're working at actually setting to pour it. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. So we gotta get these 4 stations ready, and I do have one down on the end that's mostly ready.
You gotta kind of look at this because I can't hear you with that.
So we're working on getting these 4 stations ready. And down on the end we have one that's getting close to the furthest along. Right now we're just setting the form board to get our grade, and that's what we're working at right now. So.
It's looking good.
How do you know?
I think it looks great.
Oh, good. All this support and everything.
Yeah. So this is the first kind of prototype form for where the cow stands. There's a grate that goes on top of that pit right there that you see. So we had to set up a pit, a small pit, and then this pit here will drain into the big pit on that side. But this is kind of a prototype. There's 3 more boxes right here. There's 3 more pits, and I will show you the grate. This is the grate that the cow has got to stand over, and that's what should set. It's supposed to set in that. In here.
Yeah, in there. So that's what we're working at, getting ready. That's a heavy grate.
Is it?
Yeah. 1 cow foot will stand here. Then you'll have a grate, and then the other cow foot will stand over here.
Because the cows won't like standing on the grate. That'll keep their legs apart.
Yeah, the grate is purposely made like that, so that way they don't stand on the grate, and that way it forces them to keep their legs apart. That way when the milker comes in this way, the legs are apart, and
Easy access.
Easy access.
So now we can drain the pit that's in there because last week or so, week and a half ago, we got 1.5 inches of rain and it kind of filled up the pits because we didn't have anywhere for the rain to go. So it just kind of backed into just that pit.
Tube. This is the drain for all the pits. There's 4 pits, and he's going to be hooking this up shortly. That's what you were showing earlier. So that's what he's working at, to drain these.
To drain that big line. The line is still fully, we have to cut the top off of that drain line. We've put concrete up to it. We're going to take the top off the line, or we'll cut it with the saw, and then it will be an open drain, and it all should flow that way.
If you go down, you might see it looking at.
So Sydney's been working on putting the steel on the walls. As you can see, we got the ceiling here done in here, and then we've got the walls, the steel on the wall.
How we did it was we put these there so that way we knew we had the right spacing for every
that's
single
what I'm
thing.
doing.
Yeah. So Cindy, we don't have to do these.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
think you're crooked.
That's why you
They
said.
are crooked.
But it doesn't matter. It's just for
I'm
this
saying your horizontal boards are crooked.
horizontal. These things?
No.
Horizontal.
Yes.
Where?
This is the office room where we have a lookout window right here, and this window is where it will show into the cow barn. At the moment, it's nice and dirty, and there's not a whole lot to see because there's a glare. Oh. We decided to go with 2 smaller windows instead of 1 big window like this one. Sanders is over here getting things ready for loaded concrete to come probably tomorrow. This is actually where the cows will be going in and out of the robot. Doing great work. Got only a little bit more to do.
Watch your eardrums.
Not even halfway.
So yesterday, I didn't get any footage of it much, but we've got this whole area poured, concrete poured. And this is where the cows will stand when they're getting milked. And the robot arm will come out, swing out, and come under them. Let me show you. So when the brushes wash the cow's teats, any drips or anything will go down here. If a cow poos or pees, it'll go down into that. What?
I go behind it more likely.
It might, but we'll be able to wash it.
Yeah.
So the cow's gonna stand like that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be
That's how they're
forced
gonna.
apart.
That's how they're gonna stand. That doesn't seem wide enough. This here for a hoof.
Yeah, there's a rubber mat that goes like right here, and that's supposed to be, it's about 1 inch thick, so that way the cow's foot will stand.
Oh, way up there even.
Yeah. That's where it goes.
Oh, I thought it had to stay in
No,
this.
So if you went and
Little
got
area.
if you went and got the rubber mat,
Well, I'm not going to. Not today.
it would you could show how
Oh.
those forms could come out, and yeah, there's a rubber mat that goes basically from about right here up to where you're standing.
Way over here.
And I'm actually looking at on an auction sale, there's some more rubber mats coming up.
Why would we need more?
I don't know. I might get them if they go cheap. I know some people run them on there, on this deck. Some people don't, so I don't know.
So we did groove the concrete here because this is where the cows will go in and out, and we don't want them to slip. So this is all,
It's a broom groove.
this whole area is all grooved. And Ethan had to put a pretty groove right here. X marks the spot. So that's what that looks like.
Yeah. And,
All of Sanders forming.
yeah.
That took him quite a while. It did a good job.
It's a lot of tedious. It's a lot because all them pits,
All the pits.
there's 4 of them. They had to be just right with the cement and stuff. So it took a little.
Ingenuitive
Yeah.
work and
So now all the fun part taken off the form board. So
yeah. So this weekend we have a pretty good chance of getting a couple inches of rain, and so we wanted to get some of the outside work done. We still got to do a little bit with maybe excavating to make sure water drains properly, and we don't have any pooling around here because we don't really want it too muddy around here. We just poured the front here approach in front of the door. There we're hanging up on the roof part, just sealing it up. This is what it looks like so far. I'll shut the door a second so you can get it. So this is what the front of it looks like so far. We do have an overhead door that we, actually it's right there on the truck bed, or on that way, on the trailer. So that's going to be put there, and then the 2 windows, the door, and that's all for the front.
coming up.
No.
Yeah, you can. It's not hard. Right there, gonna be your deck height. Same thing. Just come on up here.
I'm good. So the openings here and this opening here, that's going to be a curtain for ventilation. So that will roll up and down on the ends of the barns. So that's why you see the opening. We won't be putting steel there.
We're doing a field inspection, I guess you'd say, or a field check, or whatever you want to call it. So this is a field that we moldboard plowed. If you look across it, we planted, moldboard plowed it. We planted Balanza clover in this, and that would have been last week's video. And yeah, so we thought we'd come take a look. And this has been 10 days since we planted this. And interesting enough, the night that we got it planted, we knew they were talking rain, but we got 1.5 inches of rain that night. And that really packed this ground in and gave the ground good moisture. And so now we're here looking, and if you want to look down, 10 days ago, but you can see how all the clover, whoop.
These little things.
So you see all these little clovers, and there's all kinds of them.
Oh, there's a deer track.
Yep, deer track too. It's really coming up good, so I'm really impressed. I do not see no weeds coming up, which I figured with a moldboard plow, which I was kind of hoping that this would be really clean, because this farm here has not been turned over in 30 years. So we would disc it. Our last time we put Balanza clover here, we disked it and then we planted it, but there was a grass. It's not a big grass, it's like a short little grass, and that grass would just come up so fast and kind of, I think it would hurt the stand a little bit. Where the moldboard idea, I don't know, I got it from reading some other guys and what they were doing to get rid of the weeds and the weed pressure. So yeah, I'm very impressed. This particular clover, Balanza clover, it puts a really, let's look at its root here, for only being, oh, I broke that one.
Let me try.
You want to try one? There it is. So that root, oh wow. That root is, I would say that's almost an inch long already in 10 days. The Blanza clover, it does not do a lot of green in the fall. So it spends most of its winter, I guess you'd say, during the colder part of the year, like from October, November, and then when it restarts in the spring, it puts a lot into putting down root, deep roots, and that's what I like about it. Some guys say up to 18 inches. I've never seen that yet myself. But then when it gets to about the middle of April, then it like really explodes growth on top, and that's why I like it as a replacement for haylage. It makes a lot of feed. I mean, I would almost say it's double, like first cut and hay. This yields double what first cut and hay does. I mean, it's just volume wise, it really makes a lot of feed. But in the fall, you come out here and you think really nothing's growing, but it just don't put a lot of greenery out in the fall like your other cover crops, like rye. Rye will put, if you want your field to look nice and green in the fall, plant rye or oats, or even like tiller radishes, all that other stuff like that, if you want a lot of green in the fall.
One thing I'll say is after we planted this, we did get the 1.5 inches of rain, but then we got some 80-degree days. So in our area, it's best to get your clover planted probably about the first week and a half of October is the latest that you want to get it planted. And we've had a really mild fall, so these 80-degree days and that little shot of rain that we got right after we planted it, it made those seeds germinate right away, so we didn't have too much of an issue with that. And if you can see in the distance, our colors are just starting to turn. I feel like we might be even a little bit behind, but there's a lot of green in the trees yet, but it's starting to look really pretty around here.
So the boys finished up today planting our rye for forage. We plant cereal rye, but we plant some designed to chop for forage for the cows, and then some that will go for seed for next year, and so that way we don't have to buy seed. We'll harvest it. So this. Do you ever
plant any to this green manure?
We have done that a little bit. This year I do have a little extra seed where we will do some green manure with some. I think we might have extra seed for that. So this particular field here, so in the past we've been planting for forage, not for harvesting grain, but for forage we have been planting 6 bushels to the acre, which would be 360 pounds roughly, 350, 360. And it has been yielding exceptionally well. I've been upping it. We were planting like 4.5, then we went to like 5. Last year we did 6. This year I got 6, and then this field here that we're in is 7.
7 bushel per acre.
7 bushel per acre. So that is going to be a new
experiment.
Yeah, kind of a new experiment to see kind of what, if that bumps the yield even more yet, because we're very pleased with the volume of feed on 6 bushel the acre. So I thought, let's try 7. And I know I might be pushing the envelope a little bit, but 6 seems to be really well, so let's go a little more. And I know 7 bushel the acre, a lot of people say, wow, that's a lot. You can't get that on with a regular no-till drill. I mean, you can, but you gotta go over twice. So what we first did on this field is we harvested this field for earlage. Then we emptied our storage. We have like 2 or 3 weeks worth of storage, so we covered it with that.
Storage of what?
Manure. And then we took and vertical tilled it with our McFarland vertical till. I'm very happy with how that comes in and just grinds the stalks up. It just slices and dices them, and I mean, it does a fabulous job. And I'm very pleased with that. And probably there's some other vertical tills that would do a good job too. Just that the one we're running, I'm happy with it. So then we, with a fertilizer spreader, we put on 4 bushels to the acre with a fertilizer spreader. And then we came in with the grain drill and put on another 3 bushel, because on a 750 no-till drill, the max you can go is like just under 5. You can't quite get 5 bushels to the acre. So that way we're split application between the fertilizer spreader and the grain drill. And then we went through with a vertical till, just kind of lightly. Let's back up a little bit. After the fertilizer spreader, we come back through with a vertical till, just lightly skimmed it. And then we come through with a grain drill, and then we color packed it down, because we're going to mow this, so we knocked all the stones down, because I don't want no stones sticking up. So that's kind of the story on this field. The fields that we have that we're going to keep for seed and straw, them bushel ratings there, we do that about 5. 5 seems to be a good number for yield of grain and for yield of straw. So I don't know yet. One of these years, not this year, but I might experiment with going a little heavier just to see if it gets us more straw, because what we're seeing is more volume of forage. But at some point, if it gets too thick, then it won't make much of a seed head. So that's kind of what I'm pushing up against. We'll see what happens.
So some people might wonder, well, that's expensive to buy 7 bushel per acre. Is that expensive seed for you, or? Well,
that's why we grow it ourselves, and I'm happy that we gone to that route, because if I had to buy, we go through over 1,000 bushel a year, so if I had to buy all that, that's like 10,000 bucks. Where it's quite a value to us to just grow it ourselves.
Save our seed, plant it back.
And so yeah, you kind of look at it, but what I've seen was 6 bushels the acre, and I thought about this a little bit. Yeah, it's $60 an acre at 6 bushel, and 7 bushel is going to be like 70 bucks an acre. But I look at, we're pushing, volume wise on some of this, on the really good dirt, we're pushing, I would say, close to half of what corn silage yields. We're really seeing some volume of feed coming off, and that, to me, for a $60 investment, you don't have to spray it, you don't have to really do nothing with it besides fertilize it. I said it's really returning a good value for the money.
Plus you get 2 crops.
Yeah.
Usually.
And that's something I want to talk about a little bit too. I know this year corn behind forage, rye is not doing quite as well, but like last couple of years, when we have a good summer with plenty of water, it does really well. But this year, yeah, there's a yield drag with it. The corn is not doing as well, but it's the risk you take, and it'll work out. I guess it's just every year's not the same.
Every year's different. So now we've got this planted. They just planted it yesterday.
Yeah, he just got done packing it now.
And now they're calling for some rain?
Yep, they're calling for just some rain, so it should be up here pretty fast. The rye germinates right down to freezing. So it'll be out of the ground here pretty fast and establish itself pretty quickly. And like the other clip I was talking about, the Bonanza clover, that will not green. You will not really see much green in that field all winter long, because Bonanza, for the first duration of its life, it spends a lot of time putting its root down, where rye, it spends a lot of time making green cover. So that's kind of the opposite. If you want to do Bonanza clover, don't plan on having a green field until spring. That's just kind of how it is. Where rye, you'll have green right away, and it looks nice. And the only thing with Bonanza clover, it's a nitrogen producer. I don't have to fertilize it. I don't have to do nothing with it. We just plant it and we harvest it for haylage in the spring, and then it puts down 150 pounds of nitrogen for the next corn crop. Corn does really well behind it, and we're quite happy with that. So.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, you can interrupt anytime.
I don't know if we said how much do you plant of the Bonanza?
So Bonanza clover, The seed guys recommend 5 to 8 pounds. I like to run about 10. I just seem to get a better stand, and it's not that expensive to plant. At 10 pounds the acre, I'm trying to think, that's 5, yeah, it's like 25 bucks an acre to plant, so it's not a lot of money to plant. And then you get a return of 150 pounds of nitrogen. I said that's pretty good investment, plus all the organic matter. So I'm very pleased with that. So
Thanks for sharing.
yep.